This is the second video regarding our sister city project. And as I mentioned before, the sister city of Shenandoah, Iowa is Tisovec, Slovakia. And they have been with us here in this country for this is the third day, the third complete day. And they have had an outstanding time. They have visited many places. They have been enlightened to our ways, and it's interesting. Today we had a roundtable discussion with them on some more, serious and a little bit deeper issues of, each other's communities, and we discussed with them, the avenues that Shenandoah has taken over the past 2 or 3 decades to get to where we are as far as our progress, our vision for going forward at the future, and making Shenandoah a sustainable place to live. And we were able to exchange some ideas with them. And from what I gather, they very much enjoyed and shared in the enthusiasm that we had to have the drive, the will, the things necessary at our disposal to carry it out. What I got from their end in in Europe is that they lack those means to help the individual and the community progress, to be able to access funds that don't always have to come from the state. Here in America, we've got various ways of funding, whether it be private donations, grants, foundations that are set up, and all these things have benefited not only Shenandoah but the entire country in countless ways and in billions and billions of dollars of improvement and property value. Not to mention, we have various creative ways of taxation that can be earmarked for certain projects, just like TIF funds. That's tax increment funding or financing. But it seems like they lack that foundation, that groundwork. They lack the Constitution that we have, which is the bedrock of our pursuit of happiness, our progress as individuals, families, and communities. And so, this just reinforced my appreciation for what we have in America and how precious and fragile it is, and how easy it is to lose. Um, they, the people of Slovakia and all of Europe are brilliant people. They have dreams and hopes every bit as much as what we have. But there are basic truths that they would like to instill in them that they can take back with them. And at the same time, from my visit in their country last year, there are things that I would like to bring back from them. That sense of culture, the pride in their history, their self-identity. Those things. You put the strengths of each country and you turn them into a marriage. That's where a real miracle can happen there. um, because and we have global we've talked about our mutual problems, the moral decay on media, the biased media, um, the troubles of our youth, uh, the lack of skilled workers in the world compared to just 20 years ago. All these things are a global thing. And it's my personal interpretation that uh, a lot of this can be directly connected with technology. We have such conveniences nowadays of communication and finding information instead of going out and doing the legwork and the effort to find our own answers, that we really don't have a whole lot of need anymore for manual labor to get out there and build a garden. You know, that was one of the things that I found absolutely superb is when I went over there to Tisovec, Slovakia. A lot of the homes had small gardens, and you just don't find that in America anymore. We are too consumed with convenience. Um, but we really have a great bunch of people for delegates here this week. These 8 people are wonderful people. A little over half are educators and city officials, and just a great group of people. And I support the Sister City program and the necessity and vitalness it is for uh, all of us to get involved in some fashion, whether it be a Sister City program or some other similar program where we can bypass the media stereotypes and the media degradation of other countries as well as ourselves, and to just get underneath all that and partake of the opportunities to learn about one another, to grasp the possibilities and the projects that can come out of it to benefit both communities. We are currently working on a website, an interactive thing for the schools. That's very important. And but the next step is to establish certain economic ties, and I believe there is avenues there to work on. But you know, aside from just Shenandoah and Tisovec, on the greater level, we have uh, we have that unseen possibility in the world to truly make a difference if you just throw the media aside and come to understand that we are all human beings that are primarily decent individuals. We only hear on the media of the extremists and those who are affluent, but by and large, the vast number of all humankind is basically decent and are very, very much curious, and they have questions about other cultures, especially Americans, because we're the you know primary power in the world, and that's not a prideful thing. It's just the way things have happened. But but for me, I've learned a lot from being in Tisovec, Slovakia. I have grown to love and adore that people, that land, the history. It is a wonderful experience and a privilege to be associated with these individuals. Um, uh, I hope that we can establish in our future conversations uh, the means of perhaps tourism and things of that nature. But these are things that you can work on in your own communities, because that's what it is. It's a community effort, and that's one thing that they have mentioned in our roundtable discussion today, that they noticed about America, is that we have a strong sense of volunteerism. We have a strong sense of working for the betterment of the community. Um, and not only that, but we strive and we actually find innovative ways to creatively um, achieve those goals for ourselves, our families, and our communities. And that I feel is worthy of note as well. That we often become so engrossed and entrapped in our own environment of the daily bills, the daily media, the daily grind, and we fail to open up our mind and understand what it is we have in this country and the opportunities it affords us to grow, prosper, be happy, and pursue happiness. And those are the things that I hope that we as a nation, especially among our young, can get back to, so that we can start progressing, especially economically, because everything trickles down from there. If you improve the economy, you're going to have a better education, you're going to have better jobs, you're going to have a better personal outlook on life. And so those are my thoughts today on the Sister City Project.